Hello, everybody. It is Carol at Lily Rose Blue with Astrid and Arnold playing around in my container of embossing folders. Here is Amber. She was standing on top of a plastic index card file because, you know, that's what she's been doing lately. I think she thinks she's a mountain goat or something. And here's Angel, Asa, and Adam. And I am here today, guys, to do my Give a Scrap Hop video. Yay! I am both excited and a little terrified, to be honest with you. I have watched the videos. Now, I am filming this on Sunday the 14th of August. My spot will air on Thursday the 18th of April. So there'll be a few days in there that, you know, I might not know who has challenged another person, that kind of thing. So my apologies if I give a name that maybe has already been given. But I wanted to film this today because we never know what the week will bring, right? Yeah, so I am going to be doing a bit on embossing folders and using embossing folders. So here is my collection, minus a few that I've already pulled out. I've probably got 20 to 25 embossing folders. And of course I would love to have more. You know, I see somebody with a cool one and I'm like, oh, that is so awesome. And I think I need it, right? But you really don't. Don't mind this. That is gesso that just doesn't want to come off my fingers. At least not that one. I got it off of the rest of my hands, and I'll show you what I was doing with that in just a minute. Here is, this is just an FYI. So I learned in watching a video yesterday and today, that if you are going to be embossing or using an embossing folder that has this 3D effect, and honestly, I think it's a little hard to tell that, but for instance, this is not 3D. Okay. This one is more so. So what you are supposed to do before you emboss is to take a little bit of water, spray the back of your cardstock, and then put it in your embossing folder and run it through the embosser. So I'm gonna try to see, how can we, there we go, there it is. So this is a tree. I went ahead and colored in some leaves, and I'm going to go back with a marker and I will color the rest of this tree. And my intention here, you note how this is like a upside down L, is I'm going to do a collage right here. This is not done yet, obviously, but I just wanted to give you that hint about the water spray and just show you a little bit of what I'm working on. This is going to be for my Forest Friends journal. I am going to show you the 3 embossing folders that we're going to use today, and this might be awfully hard. All right, there you can see it. You can see that pattern. here is a chevron pattern. And here is just kind of a really pretty, swirly, just frankly gorgeous, I think, pattern. And these are the 3 that we're going to play with today. So I did some prep. And I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ideas, and then show you, I've already shown you something else I was working on, and I'll show you one more thing too. So what I did here is just to cut cardstock, and I have glued a napkin onto this cardstock. So, you know, I prepped some, but I didn't want to prep everything. Sadly, that lovely scalloped edge has got to go. So, let's talk about the stash. So I've had embossing folders for forever. I've had my embossing, we'll look at the name of it, machine, we'll say, for quite a while. So embossing folders are not new. The machine is not new at all. The cardstock, I always have white cardstock, always. So who knows how old this is. And then this napkin was something that I thrifted just recently. So again, did not purchase anything new for this card. It's not really a card. This technique, I guess, that I'm going to show you. I have a texture boutique, lovely little cute, looks like a cute little purse, that I'm going to be using. I'm going to try to not say 15,000 times, that I am going to use with you today. Hang on. All right. So you can also use embossing folders like this in your Big Shot or Gemini, you know, those kinds of things. I have this, and I just find this easier to use. I love my Big Shot too, but I guess I should go back. So here I have the 2 plates. I have placed the cardstock with the napkin on. I placed that inside. I actually, now I have to think about this. One is the debossed and one is the embossed side. I don't want it debossed. Well, we could try that. Let's try that. And then I'm going to place this inside both these plastic pieces to make a sandwich. And then I am going to crank this through. Not a wonderful thing for me to be doing with my sore elbow, but you know, the things we do for crafting, right? Okay. So that's now come loosened, and I'm going to go back and roll this counterclockwise. Sorry, this isn't a super fast technique. All right, now we're going to open this up and see what we have. Yes, so we debossed this one. So see, the main image is on the other side, which I think is pretty. But I played with this already with another one. And honestly, the debossed is showing up better. I don't know that you can really, there you can kind of see. You can kind of see. I looked at my other napkins. I really didn't have any other ones that I thought would show this technique off any better. So I went with this, and I promise you in person, doing this the debossed way, it really does stand out when you're looking at it with the human eye. So this is just a technique to use just to add texture and interest to, let's say this is going to be a journal card, right? I am not going to do that on camera with you because at least not for this video. I might try that in the future for another video. And okay, now where is... Oh my goodness. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here is another technique. So again, cardstock blank with book page on the top. We are going to emboss this. Now, of course, lots of decorating could be done. You could ink the edges. You could, collage on here. And again, I probably will. I probably will at some point just to decorate. Okay, now we are going to use this chevron. And this time I want the chevron pattern to really take center stage. So again, we're going to sandwich this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to bring this back. Again, book page. Whoops. Book page that I've had forever. Cardstock and embossing folder that I've had forever and ever. So I am using my stash. Okay, we're going to roll it. Okay, you saw that kind of pop and click. Now we're going to roll it back. We're going to roll it back. You didn't see it pop and click because I was didn't necessarily have this in focus. Not in focus, in frame. Okay, so here we go. We have got this lovely embossed book page here. Again, sadly, I don't know. I guess you can kind of see it there. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. So you could leave it like this. And again, there's plenty of room to write on the back. Again, adds texture, fun, all of that good stuff. Now, same thing. I've got more book page. Did not necessarily get that on very straight. That's not good, Carol. Okay. I'll come back and show you another technique. I lied. I guess there's something else I'm going to do too. So this has been a great challenge for me because it's made me really have to study, I guess you'd say, and figure out, what I was going to do with my stash, because honestly, some of the ideas that I had were already being done. in some of the videos. So I had to come up with like actually plan D. So this embossing folder situation is a plan D, which is fine. I mean, it's still part of my stash. It's still part of my stash. There's nothing wrong with that. I honestly, I went out to find videos of how to use your stash from people that I really didn't know. And I did that on purpose because I thought, well, maybe this will be unique for some, for people. Maybe this will be something they hadn't seen. I think the challenge here is going to be to get that ink as even as you can. And again, I didn't do a great job cutting that out. So I put that card in with the embossed or inked side down so that it would ink and emboss at the same time. And also I would say here, none of my stamp pads are new either. So again, I just continue to use what I have in my stash. I know this is boring to watch me just. Okay. Look at that, guys. Isn't that super cool? And you can still see the writing. It just gives it a little bit of extra interest. I love this technique. And again, journal card, whatever you would want it to be. You could decorate this more. You could ink the edges around. I personally would do the same color using this technique instead of, the tried and true vintage photo or other things. Yeah, look how fun that is. Super fun. Super, super, super fun. Next, I'm going to pull this back, this one that we just did. And how bold do I go? I'm going to go with this. So this is Distress ink. No, this one I have in my hand is Distressed Oxide, even better. So this is embossed, right? So now I'm just going to lightly, I think I'm just going to lightly go over with ink. And now you can see the chevron pattern on that. Also super fun, right? It's just a different way of doing it. Just a different way. So there's that. Next, we are moving on to, again, a card blank. This is paper. It's often brown. That is used as packing paper, around something that gets shipped to you. So I save that. I don't save it every time because I have a lot. But this one was unique in that it wasn't brown. It was this gray color. So I kept it. And often it's wrinkled anyway. I took this paper and wadded it up so that it was even more wrinkled. So you got this texture, right? And now we are going to put this in. Let's maybe do this one. We're going to put this back in that floral and make sure, yes, I have it the right way. We'll bring this back. Again, one of these days, I will have the capability of editing my videos so that you don't have to watch the mundane part time after time. But it's not going to happen for a while. Sorry, this is shaking my table, so if you're hearing noise, that's what it is. Okay, so let's do the unveiling for this. Isn't that super cool? Super cool. So this is actually debossed. Again, I like both debossed and embossed. I think it depends on what paper you have and what do you want to do with it. So this is perfect. Again, you could ink around the edges. You could cut this in 2 or even in force if you'd want. I will use this, you know, as an, you know, the first stage of an embellishment. So fun. And again, didn't purchase anything new, and this cool paper was free. So I am loving that. Next, I'm going to show you, pardon my reach here, guys. I wanted to show you a couple of things. So this is something I was playing around with. This is a Trivia Pursuit card. I put gesso on it. That's why I have gesso on my finger. That won't come off. I let it dry and I ran it through, you know, I put it in an embossing folder and ran it through. And I think this is also a fun way. You can still see what's behind. I love how you can really see here on the blue edge. And again, just for fun, let's do this technique and see what happens. The other ones I had tried, this one is me taking a leap of faith. That is cool. Uh-oh, just dropped my lid. Hang on. By the way, I have still not found the lid from that glue. It is just gone. So isn't that fun? I like that. Just another thing to think about. And I will say it's distress ink and it's on gesso, so this is staying wet. So just something to keep in mind. That is, I really kind of like this, guys. I really like it. Okay. Now, my last little thing here, besides using embossing folders, I am also using a punch. I have had this punch for years. Thank goodness it still works because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it is a EK success, I think. Very hefty. Love it. I will do some videos. So the other thing that this participating in this hop has done is broaden my horizons. You know, I have new people that I'm going to watch. I've learned new techniques, and now I have the courage, fortitude, whatever you want to say. I'm going to do more Use Your Stash videos in the future. So yay. Thank you, Angela. I don't know that was what your initial purpose was, but that's what this has done for me. So what I did is I punched out a bunch of butterflies and placed them randomly on this cardstock blank. Again, I'm just going to put this in the embossing folder. I made sure that it was, that the butterflies were up against the embossed part of the embossing folder. Whoops. Come on now. Sometimes it just doesn't want to get started. Okay. What are we doing wrong here? Whether it's with this texture boutique tool or whether this is with, I don't know. There we go. A big shot. Sometimes this happens. Oh boy. This is giving me fits. And of course, it's the last one I want to do. Why is this being bad? I do not know. Come on. Come on. Don't tell me my little technique boutique has bit the dust. Well, you're not supposed to have to do it this way, but we're going to try it. We're going to see. Yep. Okay. It's going to go in this way for me. So we're going to pretend, whoops, but it's not moving very well, as you can tell by my work mat. Okay, now you get to see my really, really messy table underneath. And again, I've had this table for probably 30 some years. It's seen a lot of crafting. Okay, that was just one pass through. So we're going to go see if we can get this to go in. There it goes. There it goes. Pardon for the background noise of me shaking up my desk here. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see how this turned out. Oh, and I was wrong. I thought I had. So this is one of my own little quirks. This kind of thing confuses me often. Like, I really thought I had that up against the embossed side, not the debossed. But obviously it was debossed because it's an indentation. It's not wrong. I like it. I like that a lot. And how pretty is this? How pretty is this? Very, very, I mean, that swirly kind of berry floral motif really works well with this, I think. Sadly, there's the other side, which is very pretty, just not, yeah, that's embossed. So there you go. With all of these techniques, you know, they can be applied. So if we go back, so this was, you could either emboss or deboss with an embossing folder. You could have used circles, squares, ovals, rectangles, hexagons, whatever shape you would have chosen. I just did the butterflies because I thought that was cute. Here, this is embossed with, again, it's all white cardstock, run-of-the-mill, with packing paper that I crumbled up to give it some texture, and then embossed it. I honestly think the process of embossing took pretty much all the wrinkles out of that paper. Pretty interesting. Here is 2 examples of where and this one you can see a little bit better, where I put a napkin on cardstock and put it in a folder and embossed it. Pretty. Here is where we put the ink on the embossing folder, which is right here, and I need to go wash it. And put this in the embossing folder and ran it through. Very fun. And with book page, you know, you could put dictionary, you could put, honestly, you could do double duty. And maybe I'll do another video about this. I'll play around. You know, you could do this, and then you could also put another image on top. Let me see. We're just pretending. So let's say, you know, you do this, and then you'd put this on top. Probably not the best example. Pretend that you just added this to it too. And you embossed it and inked it all at the same time, just to add more interest. This was one we embossed, book page that we embossed, and then we went back with our ink and lightly rubbed on the surface of it and brought out that chevron pattern. I think this is the technique you'd want to use if you wanted it to be just a little more subtle. And then I'll show you, here was my first attempt with the butterflies. I like the pink one better. This is also a different embossing folder. So there's that. And then we had this fun Trivial Pursuit card that I just sewed up and then ran it through, put it in a file folder or an embossing folder, ran it through, and then inked it on the top. This one might be one of my faves, that and the butterflies. So thank you for watching. Next in the Give a Scrap Hop, or give a scrap. Yeah, I think that, now that I'm saying that, I'm doubting myself, is Lori from Enchanted Dreams. Lori does a bunch of embossing herself. So hopefully I didn't steal her thunder, but even if I did, hers will be better than mine. Hers will be better than mine. She is the queen of this. Also, I am going to shout out to my subscriber and friend down under, Susanne. Susanne, if you want to participate, you can make something with your stash and post it in the district.net/Makers Market. There is a show and tell section there, and you can show us what you made and just mention that I tagged you in this. So yes, Susanne, I am tagging you. And then for somebody else that I know has a channel, and this is why I have mats on my table. For somebody who has a channel that I don't think we all know that well, I'm going to tag Shay from allofshea. Yay! So thank you so much. I hope you watch all the videos in this series. If you do and you comment, you will be put into a drawing to win something fabulous that Angela the Traveling Crafter has made. And also, happy birthday to Angela. Her birthday was on the 11th, but we're celebrating her birthday all week because not all week, all month, because we can and because she deserves it. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to send this over to Lori. You guys take care, stay safe, have fun, and God bless. Bye-bye.